But now they say that a dog is man's best friend, but that doesn't mean they're always the best behaved.
Yeah, that's Houdini. Well, I mean, he's not called Houdini, but we're calling him Houdini. He's on the other side of the studio. He's absolutely gorgeous. We've got the Dogfather here to help. And dogs came into your life quite late, didn't they, really?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So I never had any dogs as a child. It's just the way it was with my mum and dad. And actually, my own first dog, I was in my 40s already, so I'd lived with one or two. But, yeah, I got 2 Rottweilers within 9 months of each other and thought, these are a pretty serious proposition, so I better learn how to train them. Yeah. And it kind of went from there.
Well, now you've got into training, you're on the telly, it's very successful. It's Dogs Behaving Very Badly. It's Tuesdays at 8 on Channel 5, and here's a look.
What's some of the most common reasons why dogs behave badly?
Often because we don't reward the good bits, because we get stuck in telling them off for what they do, and we kind of go, no, 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 no. And then when they stop and they're actually quite good for a while, we kind of forget to go, oh, good boy, because we get stuck in this...
It's a bit like children, actually.
Very much.
Yeah.
So if you're not careful, by accident, you end up nagging.
Right,
and can you train any dog?
Pretty much. I always say...
Including that one over there.
We'll meet him in a minute.
Yeah,
we'll find out in a minute. So I always say it's any dog, any age, any problem. That means I'll take anything on. But you do get some things that are difficult. So, for example, just yesterday somebody got in touch and said, could you train my dog to stop snoring at night?
Oh.
And that would involve training a dog that's kind of unconscious at the time. Well, I'm good, but I'm not that good.
No, that would be incredible.
You've trained a fox, haven't you?
I have, yes.
To do what?
Well, I went to a rehome centre to help them with a couple of dogs that were misbehaving. And on the way out, I said, oh, by the way, we've got a fox who was born wild. But we have him on the lead, but he pulls like a train. So we got them to sort of train him to walk reasonably nicely, which isn't easy because a wild animal doesn't want to be with you.
No, for sure. Talking about rescue dogs there, a lot of people get concerned that a rescue dog may come with baggage, things that have gone on in their lives that you don't know about.
Yeah.
Is that ever an issue, or is that something you don't need to worry about?
Can be. Quite often with a rescue dog, you don't know the backstory, so nobody knows what the history is of that dog. So you have to simply say, well, it is what it is. We know what the issues are, and we go from there. If you don't leave that behind, it can be a problem.
Right.
Because sometimes you're too sympathetic towards them. You look sorry for them every time they're anxious. They're anxious. They think you're anxious.
Oh, I see.
It gets worse and worse. The best thing you can do is really rise above and just get, it's fine, everything's OK. And that demeanour's a good start point.
Right.
For somebody watching today who's got a dog that maybe is a little bit unruly, what would be your 3 things to say, right, OK, do this and let's see if that works?
Well, there's some principles I'm always following. So the first one is any behaviour that feels rewarding will always increase. So if they're doing something good, by all means, praise them, let them know. But also watch out that you might be rewarding something by accident. So, for example, if dog's doing something naughty and we're saying, come on, good boy, meaning please be a good boy, he doesn't understand much English, but he probably knows what good boy means. So he thinks he's being a good boy for being naughty. So do reward the good things, and be careful that you're not accidentally rewarding the wrong thing.
Well, my friend's got a puppy, and whenever we go and see it, or you just walk in and you're just, like, really excited, and you just want to go, oh, like this. She's like, no, don't do that, because you've got to be quite calm when you walk through the front door, otherwise they'll start barking, and it's, you know...
Right. And it's really hard with a cute dog, and I think we're probably about to see this, that they do naughty things, and we just melt and go, oh, well, it's OK. And before you know it, you're in trouble.
Right, OK.
Well, he made the headlines this week as Houdini. That's what they called him. He's called Hugo, a very mischievous Cocker Spaniel, chewed and burrowed his way through the garden fence in Essex, roams the neighbourhood. He's escaped over 270 times, and so he's got other habits, which we'll talk about in just a moment. Let's bring him in. So here's Kelly and Hugo.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi there.
Hello,
Hugo.
Hello, I mean, he is a gorgeous-looking dog, aren't you? You are really, really sweet. So, Kelly, you've had dogs before. You've got another dog called Jinx, haven't you?
Yes, we have, yeah.
Never any problems with Jinx?
No,
Jinx is
not
as
at
good
all.
as gold?
No, she was a rescue, very laid-back, chilled out, no problems with her.
So you know how to handle dogs. You walk him for... How long does he go for walks?
He has at least an hour every day.
At least an hour every
We've got a very big garden, so he's out in the garden with Jinx, so they're playing in the garden. We've got 2 children that interact with the dogs, so he gets lots of stimulation and lots of exercise.
However, let's talk about some of the things he's done. He bites through the chicken wire, he digs under fences, he slips through the smallest of gaps. He ate 11-year-old Toby's homework. I mean, the dog ate my homework, was actually true.
It was.
Did they believe?
They did. They've met him at school. So actually,
good.
They know what he's like.
He ate an envelope with £300 cash in it?
Yes, we did manage to salvage a bit of it back. So if
I'm
you've
not
got
gonna-
the serial numbers, we can, take it to the bank.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible. He's eaten your face cream. He
Yes.
ate a kitchen table and chairs. Are you feeding him?
Yes, we are. We are, yes.
Well, your boss came round and he ate your boss's bag.
Yeah, my boss's handbag. Yes, that was a little bit awkward. Yes, that was a bit,
That's
bit
not
difficult.
good.
No, no.
So you've got this gorgeous dog, and yet there's some behavioural issues here, clearly. So what can we do?
Well, first thing is, it sounds like you've puppy-proofed your kitchen, because I heard about that.
We have to
You
Hugo.
probably need to puppy-proof your garden. So he's digging underneath fences. So here's a little tip. If you've got something like a chain-link fence, not so much chicken wire, because they can get through that, you can dig a trench down a couple of feet and put the chain link further down before you refill it.
Right,
And then
okay.
when they try and dig under, they find that apparently the fence goes on forever, so they stop pretty quickly. So
give up.
if you put another fence up, there's a top tip for you.
Because the worry about him getting out 270 times, breaking free and escaping, is that, you're lucky he hasn't got run over.
No, we're lucky where we live. We're surrounded by fields, so he actually just usually goes for a little wander.
Yeah.
Doesn't
And
go
then
far.
He doesn't go far, and he comes back, because part of the problem is separation anxiety, so he'll never go that far from me, so all the barking you've
So does
heard.
that mean when you go out, if he gets naughty when you go out?
That's when he gets destructive indoors.
So, and it turns out he quite likes me because he was barking behind the camera. I met him before we came on. So, I'm going to teach a little method to just teach him that if he comes away from things that he might otherwise chew,
Yep.
he'll get a reward for that.
OK.
So, but first of all, let's see if we can get him back. So,
Hugo.
Hugo.
Hugo, come here, look. Hugo.
Come here then.
Good boy.
There's something interesting under there.
boy.
Now, in my hand, I've got two different kinds of treats. So there's no artificial colours here, but they're two different colours. So, hey, Hugo, what's this? There you go.
We've got about 20 seconds.
Let's find out which one he likes the best. So if I do this, oh, it's that one, look. There we go. Right. So if I get my wallet out, you won't see this very often from a Yorkshireman. If he goes for the wallet,
He'd
good
rather,
boy.
rather
He'd
have
rather have a treat. So let's show him this thing that he might want to chew again. Hey, what's this? Good boy. And we can start to teach him that if you don't do that, out. Good boy. We could even put a command on it, out.
Well, we'll let you two carry on your work.
Thank you.
It's lovely
That
to
was good
see
work.
you.
very
You are
much.
lovely.